Liam Baker, good morning. Congratulations on getting a deal done to get back to WA.
Morning, boys. Thanks for having me.
Wow, didn't you cause a stir yesterday?
Oh, Bakes, you great little man. Yeah, the world's tipped on its head this morning because of you.
Yeah, I know. I've heard. Oh, well.
That's exactly how you handle it too, mate. We're excited to have you over here. What's the go from now, and when do you get here, and when's it all happen?
I think we're still sorting out when I sort of move over, but it shouldn't take me too long. But Jack Graham's getting married on Saturday in Adelaide, so I'm about to head there today, and then after all that, we'll see what all happens, and I'll start moving back over to the west. So, looking forward to it, mate. I'm rapt to be able to go back and play for the Eagles.
Oh, you got time. You don't want to leave Melbourne during Spring Carnival. I mean, you've got some some fingers in some horses somewhere, some shares in horses and that sort of jazz. How many horses you got running around at the moment, mate?
There's a few, not too many running at the moment, maybe 2 or 3 at the moment, but they've all got injured, and I don't think we'll be making too many appearances at the races anyway during the Spring Carnival, unfortunately, so we might be waiting till next year.
Liam, why West Coast? Go back to when you felt you wanted to go back to WA first and foremost. There was interest from Fremantle as much as even as late as Friday, but why did you choose the West Coast Eagles as the returning club to come back to WA?
I sort of was thinking what I wanted out of the last bit of my career, and to go to a team that's sort of finding their feet now and have a lot of work to do, and I just want to be a part of that, starting towards the bottom with a team like that and seeing where we can get to. So that's mainly what it came down to. I like getting challenged, and I feel like I need another one, although it was challenging at Richmond still, but that's simply what it come down to. So hopefully looking back in a few years' time and we're playing in some bigger games in September, and I feel like I made the right call. But I'm really happy with my decision, and I won't take it back, not at all. So it's just up to me and the club now to see where we can go.
Why did you time your announcement that you wanted to be traded to West Coast, and that was the club of choice, to 15 minutes after Minnie McWalter was named coach of Richmond? Was there anything in that timing?
Well, I'm not too sure, but I'd made me mind up, the week before that. So I was praying for Minnie, but I've been speaking to Minnie along the lines, and pretty much said to him from day dot when he was going for the job, like, if you get the job, I'm coming there with you. So it just worked out to be the timing like that. But I've got a lot of respect for Minnie and feel like he can do a very good job at the Eagles. So it was just a big bonus that he got announced just as I made my decision.
I know it's only mid-October and there's a lot of water to go under the bridge, pre-season and the like, and planning with the new coach and new playing group. What role fits you at West Coast? If you were to ask, and you don't get a choice a lot of the time, but if you were to ask for a role inside the West Coast team, what is it? Positional and sort of on-field sort of leadership role. What would it be?
Probably if you ask me, probably leaning towards more backline or maybe in the midfield. But there's a lot of good mids at the West Coast already, so it's all about balance, as you guys know, and I'll just fit in wherever I need to. But I feel like there's a lot of good, potent forwards down in the forward line at the moment that play a similar role to me. So it's like I'm not needed there. But as you said, you never really know, especially with a new coach, until you get into a pre-season and see what's going on. But I'm excited to play anywhere. As you know, as soon as the coach puts you there, you're buying into it 100%, and I'm looking forward to that.
Mate, how much you got left in your base? Assure the supporters that the Liam Baker that we've seen, the desperate, the lunging. We had a great caller on before talk about your career as a Richmond man, the ferocity that you bring to the ball. You still got all of that left in you, mate. For 5 years?
Yeah, definitely, mate. And to be honest, I feel like the last couple of years it has been tough at Richmond, and I've sort of not had the best 18 months, so I feel like I can give a bit more, and that's what Minnie and the club will expect of me, getting me over like they have. So, and that's what I expected myself. But hopefully I've got a bit more to give, which I definitely think I do. My body hasn't really let me down, and touch wood, it stays that way. So, no, like I said, I'm looking forward to getting to the new group with a younger list, and as well as a lot of senior players, and doing the best I can for myself and for the club.
Jack Graham met with Harley Reid last week for coffee. Have you caught up with Harley since the announcement that you wanted to get to West Coast?
Yeah, I was actually with him just before that, so I didn't get to make Harley's Instagram because I had to leave. But
oh, you haven't made it yet, mate. You have not made it.
I was a bit flat, you know. I did message him about it, but it's all good. No, I did catch up with him last week, and sort of met him, and we see him on the field, and spoke to him before, and he seems like a really good kid from the times I've met him. So I'm looking forward to meeting him like properly and get to know him, because he's a country boy from Victoria and away from home, and I can relate a lot to what he's going through at the moment, and apparently we're a lot similar. So I'm looking forward to get to know him, and then obviously playing football with him as well.
Can you share, without sort of the deep, dark depths of the conversation, but what was the conversation like? It was about how is he enjoying it? What role you could play with him on field and off field? I mean, I just love to just an all-encompassing chat with him about joining him and looking forward to it. How did it play out, that conversation?
With Harley, you talking about?
Yeah, at that time when you went and had coffee.
I don't think there was too much about footy, to be honest. It was about, he's got his four-wheel drive and going away camping and some spots down south, WA, and where he's from over here in Echuca. So that was mainly what the conversations were going to be about. He probably last thing he wants to do is talk about footy after the year he's had. So I suppose when we get back in there and get into pre-season, it'll start talking about that. But it'll be interesting to see the way he goes about his business, because he's obviously a very special player, and it'll be good to see it firsthand.
How hard was this decision for you, Bakes? We know you're a loyal bloke, and that's been proven over this trade negotiation period. I was led to believe from my sources that you were generally 50-50 for a long time there, on whether you left Richmond and or decided to come home. How hard a call was it for you to make?
Oh, it was tough. I mean, I always wanted to come back home. I always dreamt of playing footy in front of friends and family back in WA, but it just says a bit about the club, how good they were to me and how good they are to all the boys there, the players, the staff. They're unbelievable over my 7 years there, and if you ask anyone that goes through there, they'll say the same thing. So it made it really tough. It was more I wanted to do it, but it was coming to terms with it, and that took the whole year pretty much. And Blair Hartley, the list manager, was very good, and you can go in there and be honest with him, mate, and tell him what you actually think and whether it is you're leaving, and he's happy with it, mate. He's happy to talk you through it. So I can't thank them enough. But yeah, it did make it a very long year.
Richmond are going through a complete rebuild. Daniel Rioli's going to get himself to Gold Coast. We've heard this morning that Bolton's definitely going to Fremantle for 10, 11, 18. You and Jack Graham have gone. Dusty's retired. Dylan Grimes is retired. It's going to be a whole new team. They've got a special place in you forever and a day as a dual premiership player, Richmond, but they're going to. How quick do you think they can get their way back with the exodus, the mass exodus of a lot of experienced premiership players at the one time?
It's going to be tough for them, no doubt, but it's tough for every club throughout the year, especially when you're down the bottom end. They're going to get all these picks in that you guys are talking about. That brings a lot of excitement around the group. They've still got a lot of good senior players, and the young ones that are already there are just like riffing blokes. Your Brownies, your Sonsies, Seth Campbell, Mansell, those boys, they're always up and about and make the club a great place. We're having a real tough year this year on the field, but you wouldn't have known it off the field, the way everyone gets along and hangs around the club. And I think that's going to, push them back up at the top of the ladder in years to come pretty quick. So I wish them all the best, and I'll be watching next year and keeping a close eye on them, see how they go. Because
Hey.
I want them to go good.
Yeah, Bakes, look, I know you're on social media and you talk about Instagram and stuff like that and, and whatever it is, Twitter and all that sort of stuff. But how much does social media play in your mind? So yesterday it's announced and there's all the trade swaps for 3 and 12. West Coast have been absolutely hammered for their deal to get you and Owies and how much does it affect you? How much of it have you read? And albeit we made light of it early, does it bother you? And do you think you have to win the fans over? I'd like to know what those Eagles fans who are up in arms, not at you personally, but probably at the West Coast Eagles for the way this trade all played out. What's your reaction to all of that genuinely? And do you think you have to win fans back?
It's tough. It was a bit of a welcome to West Coast. This is what you're in for. But you sort of just got to laugh it off a bit, and obviously they're passionate, and that's partly why. I always loved them growing up because of how well supported they were. But I come into the league, with a bit of a chip on my shoulder, wanting to prove people wrong and right in that way as well. So it seems like it's a bit like that now. But the club was good by me. They got me to where I wanted to go, and it's my job now to hold up my end of the bargain, which is play good footy over the next few years. So I'll be putting everything into that, and we'll see how we go. But everything will be all right. We'll pick up a good player with pick 12. Don't worry about that.
Well spoken. Well spoken. I hope that resonates with all West Coast Eagles fans. Just one last one before Scotty gives you one as well. Jared Schofield staying on, which is fantastic. We know Scoey, and I've said this to a lot of people, Scoey played a significant role in your development to get to Richmond in the first place. He coached you at Subiaco. You played in the grand final for Subi before going to Richmond. Minnie McWalter, Jared Schofield, Jack Graham, you would be feeling good about the group around you as you embark on this next phase of your football career.
Yeah, well, when all this was falling into place on Wednesday, Thursday, I thought, how good's this? And then everything hit the fan on Friday. But it's good. It's good sitting here today. Sco is one of my most respected, people I've ever met in football for what he did for me before I got drafted. He taught me a lot about football, but about accountability and training hard, and what it's like with him. If you didn't trade hard, you cop the bacon. So that's what I loved about it. But I've texted him across the course of the year and previous years, and I'm looking forward to reunite with him and Minnie and of course my good mate Fridge as well. But there's just those blokes, and there's another 40 other blokes and a heap of staff that I got to get to know and get around first. So I'm looking forward to that just as much as the people I already do know.
Max, we can't wait to see you, mate. We always enjoy your company. But and reportedly you'd bought a house here, a couple of years ago. But if you are looking for somewhere in the Golden Triangle, I know a real estate agent. He doesn't just give out tips, Gostradamus. He also sells houses. Maybe getting he's a real estate agent to the stars now, mate. So if you're looking for a little extra property,
well. I've got Jack Graham living at mine until Christmas, so I might have to shaft him as early as possible and send him over that way if he annoys me too much.
Mate, I'll give you a little 10% commission too there. Don't worry, Bakes.
Lock it in.
We'll have a quaddie at the Ascot. We'll throw it in. Hey, mate, you spoke beautifully. Our text line is lit up. People can't wait to get here. Yes, it's blown up big time, but I think the Liam Baker that they're going to get is going to certainly calm the farm a little bit. Good luck at the wedding. Good luck getting over here, and we look forward to seeing and hearing more of you as a West Coast Eagles player going forward.
Thanks for that, boys. Speak soon.
He's a ripper. Liam Baker.
They'll love him very quickly.
How could you not love him after that? How candid and honest was that?
They will love him very, very quickly. That's just, good bloke.
No,
good bloke.
He better be on your list.
He might be.